And just like that, we're back again. Believe it's roles reversed this time.
Absolutely, yeah.
You've got a few questions for me. Don't know what they are, but I look forward to answering them.
Let's get into it. So, Dylan, head of recruitment for MHM Properties. Let's rewind it back.
Okay.
Let's go back to the beginning. How did you get into recruitment in the UK? What's the story?
There's a long version and there's a short version. I'll do the mid.
Yeah.
So basically, I was maybe not the best behaved in school, but winged it. Got into sixth form, blagged me mum to buy me loads of new clothes. Mum, I've got into sixth form, and 3 weeks in, I get kicked out. So goes back to my mum. She's like, "Listen, you aren't living in this house without full-time education or a job."
Yeah.
So it was sending me off to work, and to be fair, it's probably the best thing that she did, because I have worked since 17 right the way through.
Yeah.
And luckily enough, my uncle worked for Jaguar Land Rover. So any Scousers watching, either you have worked there, your friends have worked there, or your family members have worked there, or you know someone that's worked there, because it creates a lot of opportunities in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So I was on the production line for 2 years. Boring. No, I'm boring. It's literally production line, car doors coming through, connecting like the stereo to the car door and the armrest, and that's it. That's it all day. 8 hours, 9 hours a day.
Wow.
6 till 2, 2 till 10, 10 till 6, alternative shifts. And I got fed up. But it was good money for a young lad.
Yeah.
But realised I didn't really want to do manual labour as such. You know, you used to have to put your hand up to go to the toilet for someone to come and cover you. And I then actually got a bit of a promotion to like a quality check. So basically, like after the doors had come through, you'd basically just check to make sure all the finishes were done.
Did you still have to put your hand up for the toilet?
Yeah, you still have to put your hand up for the toilet and get someone else to look. But it was better than just being stuck on the line.
Yeah.
But basically, after you'd done like the first 10 doors, have you seen the meme of the security guard where he's not even checking?
Yeah, he's just like this.
That was me with car doors. So I apologise if you bought a Discovery or a Jaguar in 2011 to 13.
Liverpool's full of dodgy Jags.
Full of dodgy Jags and some. But yeah, fed up of doing that. It wasn't the career path for me, and I always wanted to work in an office. It's a warm office, cup of tea, cup of coffee. So I went into sales, really entry-level sales, RTA claims, PPI. So if you don't know what that is, it's people calling you, asking if you've been in road traffic accidents, or you might be owed money on a loan that you never took out. Basically.
If you're from the UK, you'll know.
Yeah, if you're from the UK, you'll know. So, done that for a short period of time. Fun, but it was like hardcore, 200 dials a day, people telling you to do one, 9 times out of 10, but fun, character building, and it does give you transferable skills to move into sales and recruitment further down the line. A guy that I worked with, he went into recruitment, and he'd done it for like 3-4 months. I said, "Dill, you'd love this. It's right up your street." I was like, "Recruitment? What even is that?" But stuck an application in somewhere. Worked for a business called PMP Recruitment. So they specialised in staffing, like warehouse staff. So I had big accounts, so Amazon, Nestle, and actually a car manufacturer called Denso. So I was actually supplying staff to Denso, more or less what I had done in the past at Jag. So done that for best part of a year, and then made an internal transfer from PMP to the technical and engineering side. Worked in technical engineering within the utilities sector for quite a while. Then moved into the sales sector. Then worked for as a recruitment business partner for one of the largest car finance provider in the UK, Car Finance 247. And then it kind of brought me round to where I am now. I've lived in Manchester, London, and now Dubai because of recruitment. So it really has actually changed my life, as as cheesy as it sounds.
Yeah.
My path for life was probably bleak until I actually got into recruitment. So yeah.
No, sounds good. Sounds like the long-winded version you gave me.
Yeah, sorry.
That was not the short version. But yeah, okay. You got a lot of experience. You've had a lot of different jobs, hard grafting jobs. At what stage did you think, right, now I'm bored of the UK, I want to move to Dubai? And why Dubai as well?
Yeah.
You could have moved anywhere, Spain, Australia.
Yeah.
Why Dubai?
Yeah.
What attracted you to him?
That's a good question. And to be fair, I was earning good money in the UK. Lived in the middle of Manchester, lovely apartments right on Deansgate. But I was never saving money.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I was out every weekend, but
I
was out every weekend. And if it weren't Friday, it was Saturday, and if it weren't Saturday, it was Sunday. If it weren't Sunday, it might be Thursday, depending on if the football was on.
Yeah.
And I was in an environment where it was very easy to do that, and I wanted to kind of take myself out of that environment. And I've had friends and family that have moved to Dubai in the past. I'd been here on holiday, like you mentioned in our last chat. So I knew it was a place that kind of fitted what I wanted. I was approached by Mohammed for this role, and I applied for lots and had lots of different interviews with different businesses, large corporate companies, boutique agencies, small to medium-sized businesses. But for me, it was MHM Properties because of what they could offer me. Not in terms of necessarily money day one, but it was more being a bit more than just money, having opportunity, having a seat at the table, like you said, and being able to grow the business and do things my way, rather than necessarily being told, this is a business that's been operating for 20 years, this is how we do it, you just sit and plug and play, and that's how it is. So yeah.
Cool. So we talk every day, obviously. We went back and forth about how your job is the hardest in Dubai. And I actually agree with you as well.
Yeah.
Having seen you struggle since I've been here, 8 months.
Yeah, every day's a struggle.
Yeah. So what do you find as the difficulties with recruiting in real estate in Dubai? Because obviously you've done recruitment in different sectors, different fields. What is the main barriers that you're finding here that you can't break through?
Yeah, good question. Like you say, I have worked in loads of different industries: sales, technical engineering, utilities, and then also like production line staff and things like that. For me, this is the hardest because it's the most competitive market.
Yeah.
Also, the vast majority of the roles that I'll recruit for are commission only. So talent pool really shrinks because there's not many people that can afford to come out with 10k, 12k savings and and give it 6 months to wait to see if they make money.
Yeah.
So the talent pool is really small. There's lots of other businesses out here that offer something similar. Not everyone offers, but on the face of it, it all looks the same. You actually have to have conversations with the business to really understand what's good and bad. So lots of recruiters out here, lots of real estate businesses, and I would probably say the talent pool is really, really small. So if you're interviewing with me, you're probably interviewing with 4 or 5 other people. So you have to, pardon my French, sell the ass off the job.
Absolutely. Like you did with me.
Like I've done with many. But it's tougher than, like, it's not just like stick an advert up, 50 people apply, and boom. You do have to really, not only is it, a lot of the time it's people having a new way of life.
Yeah.
So you're leaving your family behind, you're leaving your job, you're leaving the UK behind, or wherever you come from. So a completely new way of life, and it's not just recruitment.
It's exactly what I was going to say. I think your role is not just recruitment. You're talking to them day in, day out. You're advising them where to stay, where to live, how to rent a car, how to open up a bank account. So yeah, I don't think your role just stops at recruiting them for the business.
Definitely.
Even when they're here, you're
Yeah.
still doing. You almost move into a HR role.
Yeah, 100%.
And you take on that hat as well. So, yeah, you definitely do have a very, very hard job.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's tough because a lot of the time you can end up being a counsellor for people as well.
Yeah.
Because they kind of see you as the first point of contact for the business. You are the business to them because they don't know anyone else as of yet. Maybe yourself, I introduce you kind of not just from interview stage, but after that you'll have a check-in call with any candidates from the UK just to see how they're doing and make the transition as smooth as possible. So yeah, it's a hard job, but I like to say sometimes you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
How do you measure success in your own head?
I think I'm one of those people that I try and not get too high and get too low. I like to try and find a medium. It's hard to, especially in this job, because it's definitely a roller coaster. But success for me is to have a thriving sales floor of lettings agents, off-plan agents, secondary market agents, all consistently making money every single month. And even if they're not making money, they're growing within the business. So you can see, they may not see it, but we can see that you're doing the right things, you're following the right processes that we've set for you.
Absolutely, that's correct. Last point. Anyone moving from the UK who is looking into recruitment in Dubai, not to become a real estate agent, but just wants to move into recruitment, what advice would you give them?
Stay at home. We don't need any more recruiters out here.
What advice would you give them, and how has it been for you? As in, what was the initial transition like? So what would you tell them moving over here, and how would you advise them? It's
not going to be easy. It's not all, like I said it the other day, it's not sunshine and lollipops. You're going to have days where you're going to go home and if you've got a cat, kick the cat. If you've got a wall, butt the wall.
He's joking. I'm joking.
Don't please.
He doesn't hurt animals.
Please don't kick your cat. I've just rescued one. So yeah, you're going to have days where you're going to be headbutting walls, and that's tough because you aren't just settling into a new job in potentially a new industry, in a new country. It's really, really tough. But give yourself 6 months. Kind of put goals in place. That's certainly what I did, and just start to tick them off. And that's the best way to do it. Just take every day as it comes. Don't plan maybe too far ahead, but definitely set goals for yourself. But it will probably be the best thing that you do. It might not be Dubai, it might be America, it might be Australia. I think the UK is a very bleak place at the moment, for job opportunities, for the energy crisis, safety. So, if you've got the skill set, try and get out the UK, even if it's just for a couple of years. That initially was my plan, 5-year plan, and then potentially look at going back to the UK or getting on the property market in the UK. Again, I just take every day as it comes, so we'll wait and see. But yeah, that would be my one piece of advice.
I think the takeaway from obviously you interviewing me last week and me doing it this week is that the key aspect here is just give yourself time.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Don't rush things.
Yeah.
Don't think that things are going to happen within 1 or 2 months. You need 6 months minimum to really set yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If you think you're going to be a millionaire in 6 months, 12 months, I'm here to tell you certainly won't be. But you can definitely start to lay down the blueprints of becoming financially free in the next 2, 3, maybe 4 years. But ultimately, you'll probably earn more money here in 2, 3 years than you would in a lifetime in the UK. So yeah, that would probably be my one bit of advice.
Lovely. We'll wrap it up there.
Legend.
Thanks for coming.
Cheers.